Hi! I don't know if anyone's gonna hop on here, but I know there will be a replay. I didn't plan on coming on here, and I didn't plan on doing a live, but I was feeling a lot of anxiety throughout my day, and I'm getting ready for bed, and I just was like, you know what, I really need to do something. There's so much going on in the world today, and yeah, I just really wanted to share what I was gonna do. So I'm gonna kind of wing it. I didn't plan on this whatsoever, but I invite anyone who hops on to join me to just find peace in your evening before bed as you wind down. So I invite you to, and if right now is not a good time, maybe you can come back to it later. I want to do like a little somatic movement. I'm just going to take you through what my evening would look like if I was here alone. Okay, let's start. You guys will have to let me know if you can hear the meditation music. I chose a very specific song. Okay, so just take a seat somewhere, wherever you can sit, preferably with your legs on the ground so you can feel the weight of your body on the ground. And just kind of start tuning into your body. Kind of feel where there's some tension. Everything going on today, it being election day, no matter how you voted or where you are in the world. I know you've probably felt the tension and stress, as I think we all have. So just allow yourself to be received by the ground or a chair, wherever you're sitting, and notice how that feels. Just kind of let your weight move down into the ground or your seat, like it's just holding you, like you're a baby being held by it. I notice my shoulders starting to drop. I have a lot of fight or flight in my system, and one of the first things I get is all tensed up like this, so I hold a lot of my stress in my neck and in my shoulders. For women, you probably may notice your hips are really tight. Even our pelvic floor, it's actually one of the first things that tighten whenever we're not feeling safe in our bodies. And when there's a lot of stress around us, sometimes that's hard to do. So just checking in with your body, notice where it feels tight. And allow yourself to sink into the ground and just start to ground yourself. You can do this by sitting nice and tall and imagining a cord coming from your tailbone down, deep down into the earth. And just get curious about what that actually feels like for you. Maybe you're not someone who grounds very often, or that's not a feeling you're used to. Just get curious what it feels like to ground, and let that cord go all the way to the center of the earth. Just take a few deep breaths here. Go at your own pace, whatever feels natural, normal, whatever feels good for you. I tend to feel my anxiety in my chest, so I like to kind of hold here in my belly just as I breathe in. So take a deep breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Check in where you're holding stress, anxiety, worry, concern. And as you're breathing, see if you can feel where that's sitting in your body, whether it's in your stomach, your chest. A lot of us experience anxiety in our chest. Maybe it's in your shoulders. Just allow yourself to feel where that's at in your body. Just breathe into it. And I invite you to invite in peace, love, contentment, to release the anxiety, the stress, the overwhelm that has probably ran your day and a lot of the interactions you've had on today. And I want you to see peace as a color, and just invite that into your body. For me, the color that's coming is a really beautiful lavender. And just imagine that piece swirling around the top of your head. Let it travel down into your throat area. You start to feel it trickle all the way down your body. If you have any sudden movements that are coming to you, just take them. Whether you want to stretch your neck, just let the piece move through your body, traveling down your arms, your chest, your belly, down into your hips, your pelvic bowl, down your legs, your thighs. Let your knees just relax. Be held by the ground. And just allow this piece, whatever color it is, travel all throughout your body. Now that same color that you gave your piece, and maybe peace isn't the word that comes to mind for you. That's, for me, what felt best. Maybe for you, you want it to be happiness, release, whatever that looks like for you, whatever you need in this moment. And picture that color, whatever color it is, and breathe it in as if it's going to fill up your belly with each breath you take. And breathe out any negativity, any worry, any concern, any anxiety, anything that you felt throughout today. Just let it leave your body so you can go to bed on a fresh slate. Breathing in the peace, breathing out anything you don't want. Some sensations in my body, like these little tingles coming down my arms as I start to relax. Get curious about what you feel in your body. I'm going to move into some really gentle movements. For anyone who missed it earlier, for women, we hold a lot of our stress and our tension in our pelvic bowl, our pelvic floor, our hips, so you'll notice the movements I'm going to take are going to be catered to those different areas. I'm going to start off in a child's pose. You can take your hips nice and wide as you go in. Let your arms extend out. And just breathe here. Up. If you're able to, sit on your knees. Just start to welcome in some movement to your hips. Our hips are a big initiator in a lot of the things we do, especially as women. Just move them. Whatever feels natural to you. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be anything. Just whatever feels good for you. Somatically, you want to just let your body do what it's been wanting to do. So much of our lives, we have so much pressure on appearing a certain way, having good posture. Maybe you pay attention to that. Just let your body do whatever it wants. Even if you feel funny, no one can see you. Y'all can only see me. feet planted if you want. And then just bring your knees, rotate them in. Slow, gentle movements. I always like to do some kind of hip, anything with my shoulders and hips before bed. Really helps me sleep better. If sitting upright is hard for you, you can lean back into your hands. Just let your knees move. Now I want you to sit crisscross applesauce. I'm just going to place our hands on our knees. And our spine, our hips, all of our bigger muscle groups are the initiator of maybe our freeze state if you're someone who freezes and has just some stuckness where you haven't been able to release some of those things. Trauma leaves an imprint on our nervous system, even if it's little trauma, big T, little t, whatever it is. So a lot of the movements we want to take or the things we want to do, even as a child, kick, scream, those kind of things, a lot of that becomes imprinted into our nervous system. Our bodies never had the ability to do it, never were taught, like go to your room, be alone, isolate, those kinds of things. But as children and growing up, we actually need the opposite. We need to be able to get these things out of our bodies. So we'll kind of do some spine movements with that. So just kind of curl in. Feel the back sides or your back. Feel a stretch. And then bring your chest forward and through. For some reason, I naturally want to move forward. Do whatever feels good to you. Curl. I always like to feel this on the back side near my scaps. Little thing I want you to do is just sit whatever, however feels comfortable to you.
Of a great dawning.
Sorry, that one was loud. Just sit up, whatever feels comfortable for you. And take those deep breaths with you again.
And at the very core of creation, something new is being born.
My body just naturally wants to sway.
From a long collective sleep.
And feel that peace again.
In vitro dreaming deep within
And picture that color. Check in with those areas of your body that were maybe tight when we began.
Of a great shifting.
For me, it was up in my shoulders, and I can tell my shoulders have dropped a lot.
In the reformation of our
My lower back feels a lot better from just releasing and moving the hips, getting stress out of the hip area. And focus on that color you gave peace again. Okay, Kanan. Actually, I saw your grandfather today, by the way, and yeah, he's lovely. He's a gem. But yeah, I saw your grandpa, and I am not in labor, thankfully. Not now. Maybe in the future, though. If Joe sees this, Joe, listen up. And congrats on your baby, Kanan. You have a beautiful little baby. Okay. Invite back in that peace, that color that you gave it. Check in with your body. And I'm about to hop off. And if you watch this replay or whatever you're doing, do whatever movements feel good for you. Whatever your body's calling for, just let it. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It doesn't have to be sexy. Just move your body however it wants to be moved. Let those movements, even if they're, you're welcome, Kanan, even if they're really subtle or weird or whatever they are, just let them move through your body. And yeah, I hope you enjoy my little routine I invited you all to. before I was going to bed to release some of this anxiety from this day. Okay, love you guys. Thanks for coming.
Dynamic recalibration of